Hi, everyone. Um, it's me, Jen. For those of you who don't know me, a lot of you do, but some might not. Um, I am back with some more things we should think about in our business as publishers. And one of the most important parts of running a business is scaling, right? We all want to be bigger, make more money. It's just we want more, we want more, we want more, and there's nothing wrong with that, right? There's nothing wrong with wanting more. Visibility is not vain. Visibility is currency, and that's something we want to think about, right? And my motto in this, and people ask me it, and I'm a bit of a rebel in the publishing business, but one, we need trailblazers, right? And two, I don't ever want to follow the flow of traffic. I want to be the flow of traffic. I want to be the standard. I want to be the one people are shooting to knock out of first place. That's that's what I want to do. And to do that, we have to scale. All right. So let's start with the biggest shift need to make, which is our mindset. We need to shift our mindset. We're all thinking on the level of one book, you know, upon one book, upon one book, upon one book. Good advice. And that's what we need to do. The more we get out there, the more opportunity we have to make money. But you guys are not just publishers now. You're building a business. And that book is more than just pages, it's an asset. It's going to open doors. It's going to build credibility, and it's going to position you as an authority in your niche, right? Entrepreneurs, they don't wait for success to find them, they build it. And that's what you need to start doing, the way you need to start thinking right now. When you approach your book, you want to think of it like a CEO. This is my business. How am I going to build my business? So when you're thinking about mind shift, right? treat your treat your books as business. You know, add on, do workshops, do book funnels, start consulting. Right? Don't have to be a financial advisor to consult. You can be a coach. You can be a life coach. You can be a nutritionist. You can be a physical therapist. You can be there. There is if you have a skill and you're the go-to person in your niche, you can provide consulting. Get on podcasts, do whatever it takes to get out there, to get you and your message out there. So we talk about platforms. It's been in the conversation a little bit. Amazon, it's powerful, guys, but it's not the only game in town, right? And if you're only on KDP, you're missing out on readers, you're missing out on revenue, right? There are dollars out there and they're waiting to go into our bank account. And that's why we talk about expanding onto different platforms like Apple Books and Ingram Spark and Etsy and even TikTok, right? That's the big ticket right now is TikTok. Having a shop on multiple platforms or being seen on multiple platforms opens you up to global opportunities. Multiple platform publishing diversifies your presence and increases your discoverability. I feel like I'm using really big words. Discoverability is a real word. Um, so we don't want to just rely on one algorithm. I don't want to rely on any, but it's the way of the world right now. And social selling is here to stay. So we got to depend on more algorithms, and we got to try to understand these algorithms, right? And to do that, we got to be out there in more than one platform. So when we talk platform expansion, right? Publish wide for greater reach. All sorts of different places you can go. Now, that being said, read the guidelines. Check the guidelines. Most of us are on Amazon, and that's where all our eggs are, right? You pull your ebook out of Amazon, you have to cancel KDP Select. And of course, you don't get your promotion days anymore then, right? ACX, they are not the only Audible platform in town. There's plenty more out there. But if you pull yourself out of that exclusivity, your royalties are going to go down. They're going to drop to like 25%, I think. So research, do your research, make informed decisions, right? No one no one built an empire by just throwing spaghetti against a refrigerator to see what sticks. All right, let's talk about evergreen, right? That's a big catchphrase right now, and I myself have just started learning about it, right? Um, so it means ongoing, lasting, right? So we want an evergreen visibility system. That's what we need to scale. Lead magnets, social content, automation. These are all things that help us grow without driving us crazy, right? Or exhausting us. So visibility, right, is not just a launch day effort. It's an ongoing strategy. Marketing builds momentum, and from daily social media posts to targeting emails and collaborative promotions, your personal brand becomes your marketing engine, right? So people don't just buy books, they buy you. Show up with purpose and consistency. Because when you go when you create a following, they are always coming for you. Your your personality, your approachability, your integrity, right? So these are what you're building with your brand. Evergreen visibility systems, right? Building trust drives sales, right? Um, you can have viral TikToks. You can be on podcasts. Podcasts are fun, right? You can touch a lot of people on a popular podcast, and you know it might be as simple as just sending an email to someone that has a podcast in your niche, right? So don't discount this part of your business, because this is where you're going to grow. This is where you're going to grow. And like anything, you want to have a plan, right? So just like most of us are used to hearing pre-launch, launch, and post-launch of our books, you got to think that same way, that same checklist for your social media, for your other platforms that you're listing on. Anything you do to scale your business, have a plan, right? Can't can't throw that spaghetti on the refrigerator and wait to see what sticks. Just have a plan. So scaling doesn't mean doing more. It means doing smarter, right? Use ads that actually work. Don't stop at just one format. Use multiple ones. Repurpose your book into workshops and courses and audiobooks, right? Some of us never get past that audiobook. There's other things we can do. You already have the content. Now use it to generate multiple streams of impact and additional income, right? No one ever complains about money coming into your bank account. So be smart, work smart, have a plan. So it's just some thoughts, right? Amazon ads, it is the vein in many people's soul, side soul, anyway. But we got to learn them because they're there. There's online courses. Amazon has some great tutorials. Host your workshops, your webinars. Teach a class at the local library. Do book signings, right? It just smart scaling tactics. Think outside of the box. Find someone you trust and bounce those off of each other, right? So let's talk about systems, right? So systems and support. You don't have to do it all. You shouldn't. Great entrepreneurs build teams, right? Outsource what slows you down. If you are not an A plus content, you're not a designer. You're not an editor. I'm not an editor. Humanizing is painful for me, right? And it slows me down. So I outsource it now. Um, Build systems that support your growth. When you operate with a team mindset, you move from hustle to sustainability and from author to empire, right? You have to start thinking big. Yes, I want to retire, right? Well, how am I going to retire? I'm going to have to build an empire so that I can afford my own insurance. I can take those vacations. I can work from another country. I can put my kids through college, whatever it is, right? You have to start thinking a little bigger than than just the bookshelf, right? All right, I've taken up enough of your time. Start scaling today, um, and thank you for watching. And we appreciate each and every one of you guys. I'll see you soon.